Hello, this is Commander G5, bringing you yet another episode in the Political Machine 2012 Abraham Lincoln campaign. We are at week 9. Thomas Jefferson is winning in the polls by 5%, but we are winning barely in California and Illinois, which gives us a little bit. So yeah, let's get started. First, by going to California let's extend our lead in California, shall we? Give a speech about how I favor reducing unemployment. That speech gave me plus 3%, which is really good. So now I'm going to travel to Texas, where I'm going to do a fundraiser. $25,000 there. Then I'm going to, let's see, can I win any good endorsements? I would try and win this endorsement, but it would increase my Obamacare, and that would not help with trying to win over Republicans. So I guess I'll just go to Florida and end this term. Jefferson taking Ohio. Ohio has always been a key state historically. So, couldn't grab it in time. Thomas Jefferson has won the endorsement of the National Organization for the Support of Colored People. The National Organization for the Support of Colored People. It's a long name. It's an organization that fights for the rights of African Americans and other racial minorities. Why in the world they support Obamacare, I have no idea, but I like the motives of the group, but I don't know why they support Obamacare. And Lincoln certainly does not support Obamacare. So let's see. What am I gonna do? I'm here in Ohio, and I'm going to give a speech about how I favor reducing the deficit. Ooh, plus 3%. I'm only down by 10 now. I'm going to build a consulting office, because that will help me get people that will help further my campaign. Any other endorsements I really want to win? Yeah, I'm just gonna let Thomas Jefferson have the rest of the endorsements. It's the weekly news wrap-up with an election update. Lincoln falling behind in early polls. Quick to succumb to the heat of battle, polls show Abraham Lincoln has slipped behind Thomas Jefferson in the first leg of the presidential race. Don't rule him out so quickly, one expert noted. With this Lincoln campaign just getting started, it's much too early to predict the winner. This optimism was ignored at the Jefferson camp, where staff members are thrilled with the early results. I think you should just throw in the towel, one of Jefferson's volunteers joked. I mean, once you have a lead like ours, it can be hard to catch up. And it is a big lead, 8% in the polls. But we're not losing California. There's a mystery in Indiana. See, I was sued for almost $1 million. Yikes. What a shame. As soon as Abraham Lincoln arrived in the state earlier this week, he was slapped with a stiff lawsuit. Youch. So I'm going to fly to California and try to win that back. And I'm going to give a speech about how I favor reducing unemployment. It helps me 3%, which gives me back my Californian lead. So now I'm going to go to Texas. I'm going to create an ad. I'm going to create a TV ad about how I favor deficit reduction. I'm Abraham Lincoln and I endorse this message. So there we are. Can I hire an operative? Yes, I can. I think I'm going to hire a spin doctor. Always looking for the good in a situation, the spin doctor will polish Abraham Lincoln's reputation as a candidate. Whichever state the doctor resides in will see the ratings boost of 15%. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna hire him, and he can move around from state to state. So I am going to send him. Where should I send him? I'll send him to. I'll send him to New York. See if I can win the race up there, because that's another 29 points. So I'm going to end this turn, and there's an interview available for me in Vermont. So I'm going, and surprising, the Christian Confederation has been, the endorsement of the Christian Confederation has been won by Thomas Jefferson. It is an organization dedicated to promoting and protecting America's traditional religious values. So I'm going to first stop off at New York, give a speech about how I favor reducing the deficit. Give me 3%. I'm going to do a fundraiser, $274,000, and I'm going to do this interview. And it's another appearance on the O'Malley Scenario, which basically is a broad audience and has direct questions. You cannot give vague answers. Welcome to the only show brave enough to cut through the political double talk. I'm Bill O'Malley, and you're watching the O'Malley Scenario. Traditionalists in this country are under siege by the secularist agenda. You have the ACLU and other organizations running around the country suing local communities that defy them. As president, what would you do about this kind of thing? What did I do? Oh, I didn't give a response, oh boy. Oh, come on now, Christian. This is a federal holiday, it's not just a religious holiday, it's a legal holiday. How can you object to public buildings having some decorations? That's not hit me. Church federal president. Sure, it's a federal holiday and it should be treated like any other federal holiday. Why don't we decorate? Okay, so I really kicked the bucket there by accidentally hitting. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a little more. Rocker by Wall Street nuts really grind my goat. They need to quit their whine and get a job, am I right? I may not agree with their goals, but I can respect their willingness to fight for change. I believe apathy is something both ends of the political spectrum can use a problem for. Absolutely. These people want everything handed to them. Worse, these people want everything handed to them. Worse yet, they're often participating in criminal behavior to get their way. Filthy hippies. Filthy hippies with their long hair, free love, and drum circles. We ought to give tax incentives for the manufacturing of tear gas. Or you won't. Hold on. You've got a generation of young people who we've been telling, go to college and you'll end up flipping burgers. Now they're graduating into a terrible job market and they hear, oh, you're too good to flip burgers? And they have every right to strive for something better. Somebody to give me another bad lesson. Welcome to O'Malley Scenario. Thanks for indulging in the rhetoric of freedom. I'm Bill O'Malley. Good night. So that really hurt me, that accidental saying, no, that really just hurt me. Lincoln worries independence. Born review showing makes independence wonder who Lincoln really is, and that really hurt me. That really hurt me. So, yeah. Going to end my turn there. Let's take a look at the news. Lincoln's O'Malley interview turns into a train wreck. Humiliating both himself and his campaign, Abraham Lincoln must be thoroughly embarrassed this week after a lousy showing on O'Malley. One would think that the candidate was attempting to build up national awareness and get his word on the issues out. However, with all the wrong things that were said, and the candidate going against some of the key ideals of the Republican Party, most of Lincoln's staff feels that more harm than good can come out of the interview. Hopefully, he'll ace the next one such staff member I can't pronounce that. Abraham is such a smart person. I think stage fright got the best of him. It's something we'll need to work on. Look at that. That interview really killed. That mistake button hitting really killed. So I'm going to give a couple speeches in New York, try to help. My opponent favored the bank bailouts. +1. Nice. Let's see, can I hire someone? Smear merchant from New York. Hurting Thomas Jefferson's issue ratings. And now we're tied in New York. I'm going to give a speech about how I favor supporting Israel. When Stephen gives a failed speech, I make a good speech and gives me the lead in New York. Thomas Jefferson. Oh wait, I didn't mean to go to Arizona. Well, I'll make an appearance there. California, Thomas Jefferson hasn't taken the lead. I'm going to put a radio ad about how I favor deficit reduction. And I'm going to end my turn in Texas. There are no more good endorsements to win. So to hire an operative, to hire a webmaster. Not only as the webmaster, this political operative has made connections with media professionals throughout the country. His connections provide the Abraham Lincoln campaign with advertisements with a 75% price cut in maintenance in whichever state he's working out of. And the smear merchant I got earlier says, fast on the draw with well-timed political quips. The smear merchant is a self-proclaimed funny man. By joining the Abraham Lincoln election campaign, the smear merchant will attack their opponents with humorous books and writings, each filled to the brim with insulting goodness, increasing opponent ratings by 15%. I'm going to hire the webmaster and put him in California where I have a lot of ads. And my turn there. So here, and Thomas Jefferson has won the endorsement of the National Foreign Policy Committee. The NFPC is an organization dedicated to promoting a foreign policy that will protect American interests across the globe and keep Americans safe at home. So I'm going to give a speech about how I favor deficit reduction. That will give me the lead in Texas. I'm going to head back to California where I've fallen behind. And I'm going to give a speech about how I favor reducing unemployment. It does nothing. Thomas Jefferson got a storyteller in Montana, which doubles his charisma rating in the target state. And turn. Now back to raising the campaign by 10% in polls. I have to win California. It's my only chance. How I favor reducing unemployment. That. Now I'm only down 3%. I'm going to now talk about how I favor deficit reduction. Doesn't do anything. In my turn there. I'm going to hire a fixer. Rumors have flared recently surrounding the news that the Fixer has pledged support for presidential hopeful Abraham Lincoln. The Fixer has been known to unleash his own brand of constructive persuasion when individuals act out against his political friends. Let's hope Abraham Lincoln can keep this powerful new compadre out of trouble, and it will eliminate the targeted operative, which will help. What I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate the storyteller. There is the fixer. Jefferson loses key supporter. Storyteller withdraws from election campaign. So I'm going to give a speech about how California is divided. And to talk about how my opponent opposes deficit reduction. Doesn't do anything. And to give a speech about how I favored reducing unemployment. I can make up for my mishap with an interview in Mississippi. Thomas, what? A Democrat has won the support of the Tea Party movement? Oh my. The Tea Party movement is a grassroots organization dedicated to the reduction of taxes, spending cuts, and a smaller federal government. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a speech about how I favor reducing the deficit. Doesn't do anything. I'm going to give a speech about how I favor reducing unemployment. Again, doesn't do anything. I pretty much lost California. Unless an intimidator reduces. Well, what does this do? Legion awareness bonus, so never mind on that. I'm going to hire Spin Doctor. I don't have enough. Next turn. So I'm going to now travel to Mississippi to accept this interview and hopefully save myself. Again, the O'Malley scenario. Good evening, I'm Bill O'Malley. Tonight, what can patriots here do to fight for freedom at home? And what can a presidential hopeful learn from me in under 10 minutes? Stay tuned to the scenario to find out. What do you think of women being in the military? Do you think it causes a distraction? Do you think it leads to a breakdown in discipline? Absolutely. You can't just ignore millions of years of evolution. Men and women should not be in combat together. I can see women being in supporting positions as they were in World War II. But increasingly, women are getting in harm's way, and that's creating a significant stretch. I'm going to go with this answer. I think as time goes on, that women will become more accepted in the military and will make us stronger. A nation that is putting all its resources into its military versus one that is only putting half of its resources will have a major advantage. That is an okay response. The next president is going to have to deal with illegal immigration. Your president, what are you going to do? Crack down on these sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities will definitely be something that we'll have to take a close look at. We'll crack down on sanctuary cities, or no, I'm not going to target them. Sometimes you have two competing values. We want immigrants will save people from crimes. I'm going to say sanctuary cities will be evaluated because I don't want to get too many people. What about the border? Will you secure the border? I'm going to secure the borders, which is a good response. That is all for the O'Malley scenario. Thanks for indulging in the rhetoric of freedom. I'm Bill O'Malley. Good night. Independents warm to Lincoln. The voters pleased with showing on the O'Malley scenario. So I'm going to end my turn there as I fall further and further behind in the polls. I'm going to hire that Spin Doctor, and Lincoln loses. Used a fixer against my Spin Doctor in New York. Oh well, I'm going to send this guy and the Smear Merchant to California. So I'm going to head to New York to do some campaigning there, losing big time by 10%. I favor deficit reduction. That did something. I favor social. What? Our opponent opposes. That did nothing. I'm gonna oppose the Social Security. Campaign continues to move forward as candidates choose their running mates this week. Now that the campaign has reached its halfway point, the time has come for each candidate to choose a running mate. After all, Abraham Lincoln can't expect to do this all on his own. I will show my running mate selection on the interview that just popped up in my next video. Thank you for watching, and for now, this is Commander T5 saying, see ya later!